On today's episode of the Care Corner, recently I opened up to you guys about my experiences when I was sexually assaulted and exposed to pornography at 6 years old. It opened up a whole other conversation. Being horny is not a sin, but acting on that horniness outside of marriage will have you in a tight spot and feeling empty. One of the things that I mentioned is the fact that mentally, emotionally, spiritually, am still kind of sort of affected when it comes to my perception of sex. A lot of y'all could relate in the comments and in the DMs, which I need to get to. Any time that you go forth and you've acted on the act, whether it be with another person, whether it be you doing it by yourself, whether it be you watching porn, or whether it be you reading smut, every single time that you go do it to try to fill that gap that you have in your heart, the cup is never full. And if anything, you feel worse after than you did before you actually did the thing. So instead of like a repeated cycle, good for a period of time, you're doing well, feel good, and then eventually you end up snap, crackling, and popping. I completely get it. Majority of the time, you feel like you can't go to anybody, you can't talk to anybody. Being horny, sex in itself in the church, especially amongst women, is particularly seen as a taboo subject. One of the things that you need to understand and know, every single month, that time period where you're just like, I feel on edge, I'm horny, it's your hormones. However, something I had to check myself on, and I want you to be realistic with yourself too, is do not use your hormones as an excuse. Because I've done that. So do not look at your body as a villain or the bad thing because your body is doing what it was designed to do. It's not always spiritual warfare. That time of the month where you're specifically horny and you feel like you could bite a brick. No, it's not a spiritual attack. It's not always a spirit of lust. It can be. It can be, but you're literally just hormonal and horny. Don't get me started on the fantasies and the maladaptive daydreaming. You really have to take your thoughts captive. You can get so far gone. I just simply wanted to open up the door or open up the floor, whether you're a Christian woman or not, and you're dealing with sexual trauma or your sexual experiences, or you're trying to heal through it. Giving you an assignment because it's something that I have been working on myself. Asking God what the root is. Why are you constantly going and calling up that person to go have sex with them? Why are you constantly masturbating? Why are you constantly watching pornography? Are your thoughts always going? Trauma that happened when you were younger, deeply crave intimacy, and you need God to feel that intimacy. You're simply sitting idle. Said it in the last video, I'm gonna say it here. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not a bad person for wanting sex. It's how you deal with it. I'm sorry, this first episode is really heavy. I promise the next one will be lighter. I've been wanting to talk about this for over a month and some change. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of the Care Corner. I'll see you guys in my next episode. Mwah.